Hey there, future leaders and curious minds. Welcome back to the Deep Dive.
Great to be back.
If you're charting your course for UPSC or just keen on staying incredibly well-informed, you're definitely in the right place.
Absolutely.
Today, we're cutting through the noise again to bring you the most crucial current affairs. This is for September 17, 2025, Part 1.
And our mission, as always, is to really distill that complex information into insights that, actually stick with you.
Exactly. Actionable insights.
And we've got quite a range today. We'll be covering things like, ancient forts facing very modern threats, all the way to cutting-edge science, international defense exercises, even some interesting legal stuff.
And for those of you following along regularly, some topics might ring a bell. Think of it as maybe a useful revision.
Precisely. Reinforcing those concepts we've touched on before. It all connects.
Right. So think of this as your essential briefing. Comprehensive, engaging, packed with facts and connections relevant to your preparation. Let's jump right in. First up, something quite concerning. The Red Fort, Lal Killa, in Delhi. There's this discovery of a black crust forming on the walls.
Yeah, I saw that. And it's being attributed to, high levels of air pollution.
It's a real wake-up call, isn't it?
Yeah.
A stark reminder that even these incredible historical sites aren't immune to modern challenges. Let's unpack this a bit.
It really is a wake-up call. Because this black crust, it isn't just cosmetic damage, is it? It's like a visible sign. A barometer, maybe, for our environmental health, especially in cities.
A barometer. That's a good way to put it. And we're talking about a UNESCO World Heritage Site here.
Exactly. It forces us to ask tough questions about urban development, industrialization, and how serious we are about heritage conservation alongside growth.
And the Red Fort. It's so much more than just a building. Qila-i-Mubarak, the Blessed Fort, originally, built by Shah Jahan, 1639.
Right, as the Palace Fort of Shah Jahanabad, along the Yamuna. The architects were Ustad Ahmad Lahari and Ustad Hamid, same team behind the Taj Mahal, interestingly enough.
Ah, okay. And the name obviously comes from those massive red sandstone walls. It was the Mughal residence for nearly 200 years.
Until 1857, yeah. And it's right next to the older Salimgarh Fort, forming the whole Red Fort complex. Became UNESCO, listed in 2007.
And of course, the place where the Prime Minister raises the flag on Independence Day. It's deeply symbolic.
Deeply. And architecturally, it's a masterpiece, a fusion of Persian, Timurid, and Hindu traditions. Those 75-foot walls, the palaces inside.
The Diwan-i-Am, Hall of Public Audience.
With its 60 red sandstone pillars, yes. And the Diwan-i-Khas, the Hall of Private Audience, that beautiful white marble pavilion. It really exemplifies later Mughal architecture. Marble floor decorations, double domes.
Plus the two main gates, Lahore and Delhi Darwaza.
Right. So seeing it marred by pollution is particularly jarring, isn't it? Modern problems clashing directly with this ancient grandeur. It underscores that conservation isn't just about the past. It's about protecting history from the present.
Well said. Okay, from protecting heritage at home, let's shift to projecting strength abroad. Exercise Pacific Reach, 2025.
Ah, the naval exercise.
Yes. India is really showcasing its naval capabilities here. Our diving support vessel, the INS Nistar, is participating in Singapore.
This is a significant one. Pacific Reach is multinational, biennial, hosted by Singapore this time. We're talking over 40 nations participating.
40 nations. Wow. So what's the main focus?
It's primarily about submarine rescue, enhancing cooperation, interoperability, readiness, for those critical missions, especially vital in a complex area like the South China Sea.
Makes sense. And India's participation.
It really highlights India's commitment to regional stability, but also, importantly, our growing self-reliance at Manirbhar Bharat in defense tech.
And INS Nistar itself sounds pretty impressive. Tell us about it.
Oh, it is. Commissioned just this July, actually. July 18th, 2025.
So brand new.
Pretty much. And crucially, it was indigenously designed and built by HSL, Hindustan Shipyard Limited, in Visakhapatnam.
A true made-in-India story, then.
Absolutely. Its main role is as a mothership MOSHIP for the Deep Submergence Rescue Vehicle, the DSRV.
Like a base for the rescue sub.
Exactly. It's packed with advanced tech. An integrated saturation diving system, ISDS, that can go down to 300 meters. Remotely operated vehicles, ROVs for underwater checks, sonar systems, the works.
So a very capable vessel?
Highly capable. It's a lifeline for submarines in distress. Participating in this exercise, especially in the South China Sea phase, is strategically very important for demonstrating capability and fostering cooperation with nations bordering that sea, like Brunei, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Vietnam, and of course China.
Right. Okay, from the surface and subs, let's go even deeper. The Carlsberg Ridge. India has signed a contract for deep-sea exploration there.
That's correct. The government signed a contract with the International Seabed Authority, the ISA. The focus is exploring polymetallic sulfur nodules on the Carlsberg Ridge.
Okay, so what exactly is the Carlsberg Ridge, geologically speaking?
It's a mid-oceanic ridge, which means it's a divergent plate boundary where tectonic plates are pulling apart. It's located in the Indian Ocean.
Which plates are involved?
It essentially separates the Arabian Sea to the northeast from the Somali Basin to the southwest. It marks the boundary between the Somali Plate and the Indian Plate.
And it extends quite a way.
It does. It runs from that triple junction point where the African, Indian, and Australian plates meet up northwest towards the Gulf of Aden. Its average depth is pretty significant, between 6,000 and 12,000 feet below sea level, though it rises well above the surrounding seafloor.
And it connects to other major features.
Yeah, it swings west around Socotra Island and connects via the Gulf of Aden to the East African Rift System. It's a major feature of the Western Indian Ocean, and geologically very active, lots of earthquake epicenters along it.
So the potential for resources, these polymetallic nodules, that's the main driver.
That's certainly a big part of it. These nodules can be rich in critical minerals, but, it raises that important question.
The balance, right? Resources versus protecting these unexplored deep-sea ecosystems.
Exactly. How do we manage that? That's where bodies like the International Seabed Authority come in. They regulate these exploration activities in international waters, trying to ensure it's done responsibly. It's about sustainable use, ideally.
A challenge for the future, for sure. Okay, from the deep ocean to something found much closer to home and quite unexpectedly, a rare snake has been rediscovered.
The Red Coral Kukri Snake. Yes, Oligodon caridensis. That's a fantastic story.
It really is. Last reported way back in 1936, and now one's been found trapped in a net near Pilibhit Tiger Reserve. What makes it so special?
Well, first off, it's one of the rarest non-venomous snake species around. It's nocturnal and fossorial, meaning it likes to burrow underground.
And the name, Kukri snake.
Comes from its teeth. They're specialized, curved, a bit like a Nepalese kukri knife. Helps them grip their prey, probably eggs.
Wow. And its appearance?
Very distinctive. It's this uniform, bright, coral red color all over its body and head, with a yellowish or pinkish underside. Short head, not really wider than its neck. You wouldn't mistake it for much else.
Sounds beautiful. And where does it typically live?
Its range is the lowlands below 1,500 feet in the Himalayan foothills. So think Uttarakhand, Nepal, parts of UP, like near Pilibhit, Bihar, West Bengal, Sikkim, even western Assam.
And the Pilibhit Tiger Reserve where it was found. Tell us about that habitat.
Right. PTR is in Uttar Pradesh, right on the India-Nepal border. It's part of the Terai Arc landscape. It's got dense south forests, tall grasslands, swamps. Classic Terai habitat. The Gomti River originates there, and the Sharda Sagar Dam is on its boundary. It's a crucial protected area.
So finding this snake after almost a century, it's amazing. What's its conservation status? Is it endangered?
Interestingly, its IUCN status is Least Concern LC, but, and this is important, it's listed under Schedule 4th of India's Wildlife Protection Act, 1972, so it does have legal protection.
Least concern, but protected.
Yeah, it probably reflects how difficult it is to find and study rather than it being common. Its rarity might be more about its secretive habits. But this rediscovery really underlines why reserves like Pilibhit are so vital. They protect habitats where even species we thought might be gone can still hang on.
Absolutely. A bit of good news for biodiversity. Okay, let's pivot now to the legal world. The Doctrine of Escheat. The Supreme Court weighed in recently.
Yes, they did. A very important clarification. The court held that a state government cannot use the Doctrine of Escheat under Section 29 of the Hindu Succession Act if a Hindu male has left behind a valid probated will.
Okay, let's break that down. What exactly is the Doctrine of Escheat?
In simple terms, it's a legal safety net. It ensures that property doesn't end up ownerless. If someone dies without a will, intestate, and without any legal heirs, their property reverts, or escheats, to the state.
So it prevents property limbo.
Pretty much. It also covers property that's just abandoned or unclaimed for a long time. The basic idea is that all property must have an owner, and if there's no private owner, the state steps in.
Where does the term come from?
It's from an old French word, escheat, meaning to fall to. Its origins are in medieval feudalism in Europe. If a tenant died heirless or committed treason, their land went back to their feudal lord. Eventually, the state or monarch became the ultimate recipient.
And in modern India?
It's mainly governed by Section 29 of the Hindu Succession Act, 1956, for Hindus, and also Article 296 of the Constitution, which deals with property accruing by escheat or lapse or as bona vacantia.
Okay, so what's the significance of this new Supreme Court ruling?
It's crucial. The court emphasized that escheat is a remedy of last resort. It only applies if both conditions are met. The person died intestate, no will, and they have no legal heirs. If there's a valid will that's been probated, meaning officially recognized by a court, then the property must go to the beneficiaries named in the will. The state has no claim in that situation.
So the will takes precedence, full stop.
Exactly. It really reinforces the importance of having a will and the individual's right to decide what happens to their property after they're gone. It provides significant clarity on property rights and succession.
Get your will in order, folks. That seems to be the message.
Definitely a key takeaway for everyone, not just for legal scholars. It underlines the power of estate planning.
Right. Okay, moving on to the frontiers of science and technology in India. News from CCMB.
Yes, the Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology. Scientists there at CSIR-CCMB have made a discovery about how white blood cells adapt their internal skeletons, their cytoskeletons, to fight off pathogens.
That sounds fundamental. Tell us more about CCMB itself.
It's one of India's premier research institutes in modern biology based in Hyderabad, Telangana. It's a constituent lab of CSIR under the Ministry of Science and Technology.
Established back in '77.
That's right. Its main goals are high-quality basic research in biology, training scientists, and providing national facilities for interdisciplinary work.
And it has a strong international reputation.
Oh, absolutely. It's recognized globally as a leader in cellular and molecular research. They delve into the fundamental molecular workings of biological systems. Their research covers everything from genetics, biotech, bioinformatics, immunology, to genomics and proteomics.
So both basic science and potentially translational work.
Exactly. They bridge the gap. Their research has implications for medicine, disease management, agriculture, even environmental sustainability. They have state-of-the-art facilities, collaborate widely, and they're even recognized as a center of excellence by UNESCO's Global Molecular and Cell Biology Network.
So this white blood cell discovery,
Right.
what's the bigger picture?
Well, understanding these fundamental mechanisms is key to developing new therapies for infections and immune disorders. But beyond the specific finding, it showcases India's strength in advanced scientific research. It contributes to global knowledge while addressing national health priorities, another facet of the Atmanirbhar Bharat vision, this time in science.
Very important work. From fundamental science to industrial application. Polypropylene, there's a new plant coming up.
Yes, the Prime Minister recently laid the foundation stone for a polypropylene, or PP, plant. It's going to be at the Numaligarh Refinery Limited NRL site in Golaghat, Assam.
Polypropylene. I know it's a type of plastic, but what are its key properties?
It's a thermoplastic polymer made by polymerizing propylene gas. It's part of the polyolefin family, like polyethylene. Key properties. It's quite tough, flexible, relatively low density, making it lightweight, and has good heat resistance. Crucially, it's also highly resistant to chemical corrosion.
Which makes it good for certain types of packaging.
Exactly. Think packaging for cleaning products, bleaches, things like that. But its uses are much wider. Because it's lightweight and strong, it's used everywhere in plastic manufacturing.
Any other major applications?
Oh, yes. It has good electrical insulation properties, so you find it in casings for electrical goods, cable insulation, and its chemical and biological resistance makes it really important in the medical industry for syringes, vials, medical textiles, things that need to be sterilized.
So setting up a plant like this in Assam, what's the significance?
It's significant on a couple of levels. Regionally, it's a major industrial investment for Assam, likely creating jobs and boosting the local economy. Nationally, it strengthens India's petrochemical sector, reduces our reliance on imported polypropylene, and aligns perfectly with the Make in India initiative. It boosts self-sufficiency in a key industrial material.
Makes sense. Now, let's shift to something completely different, floriculture. A beautiful flower called eustoma.
Yes, Eustoma. This is quite a nice story. The National Botanical Research Institute, NBRI, which is part of CSIR, has successfully cultivated the eustoma flower in Odisha.
Okay, why is that a big deal? I haven't heard of eustoma before.
You might know it by other names, Lisianthus, prairie gentian, or maybe Texas bluebell. It's actually one of the top 10 cut flowers globally. Huge demand.
Top 10. Wow. Where's it originally from?
It's native to the grasslands of North America, Mexico, southern U.S., the Caribbean. Northern South America, it's a perennial herbaceous plant.
And why is it so popular? What makes it stand out?
Several things. It has a really wide range of colors. It has a very long vase life, which is crucial for cut flowers. And it works well as a potted plant, too. In fact, it's sometimes nicknamed the next rose.
The next rose. High praise indeed.
It is. Because it has these large, often rose-like blossoms, long, sturdy stems, and that great vase life. Sales have apparently increased dramatically worldwide because of these qualities. It typically likes warm climates and well-drained, moist soil.
So NBRI, cultivating it successfully in Odisha, what does that mean for India?
It's a significant breakthrough for Indian floriculture. It shows our research capability in adapting popular global varieties. More importantly, it opens up potentially large economic opportunities for Indian farmers. It could diversify agricultural income and strengthen India's position in the international flower market. A beautiful flower with real economic potential.
That's great to hear. Okay, let's wrap up our specific topics with an environmental story from East Africa, Lake Natron.
Ah, yes, some positive news there, thankfully.
Right. The Tanzanian government apparently halted plans for a large-scale soda ash mining project at the lake. Why is Lake Natron so ecologically important?
Lake Natron is incredibly unique. It's a salt lake sitting right on the border between Tanzania and Kenya in the Great Rift Valley. Its water is warm, very salty, and highly alkaline, containing lots of sodium carbonate or soda ash, hence the mining interest. It also has magnesite deposits.
And this unique chemistry is key.
Absolutely. These conditions, especially the alkalinity, are perfect for certain types of algae and microorganisms, which in turn support flamingos.
Ah, the flamingos.
Yes. It's internationally recognized a Ramsar site since 2001. Its main water source is the Ewaso Nyiro River from Kenya. And it's famous for that striking red color, which comes from salt-loving microorganisms that thrive in the high alkalinity.
So it's a critical habitat.
It's the critical habitat. Lake Natron is the only reliable breeding ground for the lesser flamingo in Africa. It supports something like 75% of the entire world's population of lesser flamingos. Losing it would be catastrophic for the species.
75%. That's astonishing. So stopping the mining project is a huge conservation win.
A massive win. It really highlights that constant tension, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Economic development versus environmental protection. In this case, Tanzania chose to protect this irreplaceable site, potentially influenced by its international obligations under the Ramsar Convention and pressure from conservation groups. It's a tough decision for developing nations, balancing resource extraction with protecting unique biodiversity.
Indeed. A crucial decision there. Okay, finally today, let's touch upon a topic that bridges history, culture, and current affairs. Nankana Sahib.
A very significant site.
Yes, recently, political parties and Sikh bodies urged the Indian government to reconsider a decision asking states not to process pilgrimage applications to Nankana Sahib in Pakistan for Guru Nanak Dev's birth anniversary. Can you remind us of the significance of Nankana Sahib?
Nankana Sahib holds immense importance for Sikhs worldwide. It's a city in the Punjab province of Pakistan, and crucially, it's the birthplace of Guru Nanak, the founder of Sikhism.
It wasn't always called Nankana Sahib, was it?
No, its original name was Rai Boidi Talwandi. It was renamed in honor of Guru Nanak. He spent his early years there, where his spiritual journey began.
And the main shrine is Gurdwara Janam Astan.
That's the holiest site there, yes. Believed to be built right over the spot where Guru Nanak was born in 1469. The current structure owes much to Maharaja Ranjit Singh, who visited in the early 19th century and commissioned its construction.
Are there other important Gurdwaras there too?
Oh, yes. Several others mark different episodes from Guru Nanak's childhood and early life. Gurdwara Pari Sahib, Balila, Malji Sahib, and others. There are also Gurdwaras commemorating visits by later gurus like Guru Arjan Dev and Guru Hargobind Sahib.
So it's a place steeped in history and faith.
Deeply, and that's why pilgrimage is so important. This site represents a vital part of shared cultural and religious heritage that transcends modern borders. Pilgrimages highlight those enduring people-to-people connections, which sometimes, as we see here, intersect with geopolitical considerations and government policies.
A complex intersection indeed.
It often is with sites of such deep significance.
Right. Well, that brings us towards the end of this deep dive. We've covered a huge amount today, haven't we?
We certainly have, from that black crust on the Red Fort
to the sacred ground of Nankana Sahib, from advanced vessels like INS Nistar
to rare snakes reappearing, legal doctrines, industrial polymers, flower cultivation.
It really shows the breadth of current affairs you need to track. But remember, these aren't just isolated facts. They're all connected threads.
Exactly. And connecting those threads is key for your preparation. Maybe think about this. How do the conservation issues at a heritage site like the Red Fort, the push for self-reliance seen with INS Nistar, and the legal clarity from the Supreme Court on Escheat, how do they all reflect India's larger developmental journey?
That's a great thought. Past, present, future, all interacting.
Precisely. How do governance, technology, law, environment, and economy influence each other? That's the deeper understanding to aim for.
Excellent point to ponder. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on today's deep dive. If you found this valuable, and we hope you did, please do us a quick favor. Hit that like button and subscribe.
It really helps us continue bringing you these targeted insights for your journey.
It certainly does. We're already looking forward to our next deep dive with you. Until then, stay curious, keep learning, and we'll catch you next time.